That is for the sounds that I'll need to match up in video editing later.
Yeah. What?
Welcome, one and all. It is your favorite host, Ryker here. I am joined today by Chris Staygreen, if I'm saying that correctly, right?
Yeah, Chris Staygreen. There's so many ways I've heard it pronounced, but it doesn't matter as long as you're saying Chris Staygreen.
Yeah.
Just do it. So
for those of you, he is our head department lead for recruitment.
Yes, sir.
We are going to ask him a few questions here and there, but mostly it's just us talking because, I don't like scripting these things. It's a more genuine experience that way for both you, me, and for basically anybody.
Yeah.
So, Chris.
What's up?
What do you do in your recruitment?
A big thing that I learned from Mac is you want to build relationships with people. So when I'm recruiting, I don't really have a goal I'm going to recruit 5 people. Oh, I'm going to recruit 2 people. It's more let me put up an LMG. So let me see who wants to play with me. Help me out. Help me get my stuff together, or help me get a certain rank, whatever game we're playing. As long as they're willing to help me reach my goal, I'm willing to help them do whatever they want. So because it's just video games, it's not I'm doing their laundry or anything like that. It's
not like actually going to work.
Yeah, doing what I normally like to do. I'm not really doing any extra effort, but I just keep it natural. I hang out with people. I get to know them. I tell them about myself. I'm pretty transparent. I just make connections. If you want to stick around, you stick around. If you don't, by all means, I'm not gonna be butthurt.
That's a good way of looking at it. I mean, whenever I meet new people, I've said it in past conversations, but I am introvert. It's a kind of an odd thing for an introvert to do these types of videos. But here's the thing. I've been in retail for over 10 years. And when I got out of that work environment, eventually, I really wanted to get into streaming and all that. And one part of me is you need to talk to people for that to actually work. So it's a real challenge to actually talk to someone, especially on the internet, because you never know who you're going to be talking to for real. Exactly. So to put yourself out there very publicly is an insane amount of risk and stress. So for those people who are not introverted at all, bless you, but still. If Ice hadn't found me, I'd probably be, in a nice little cubby hole, not editing videos or streaming or anything. But no. Ice found me, and then she introduced me to Mac, and then, all sorts of hell broke loose. But, it's been a wild ride.
When it comes to being an introvert, I wouldn't say I'm introvert. More or less, but I do like time alone. I like solitude. But at the same time, I'm pretty good with people. It's easy for me to make friends. I don't know if I was frozen for a second. My bad.
You're fine.
It's easy for me to make friends just because I've been through a lot, so I can relate on so many different levels with different people in different ways. And I'm only getting better. I'm learning how to build real relationships, healthy relationships, stuff like that. So
I actually learned something a few days ago, and it's that there's actually 4 types of introverts. And one's different from the other in varying ways. And I'm one of the introverts where I have a long recharge time in between talking with people. So once I start talking to people, you know, like Quantum, Mac, and a few others, I can go on for a good few hours, especially if it's on a topic that I like. But once I'm done talking, my body is just all like, you are done for the day.
Yeah.
Please sleep. And don't talk to anybody.
I'd say I have a social battery too. Like I feel drained some days, and like, bro, there's some days where I don't even say anything in the Discord. Like,
oh yeah, I know that feeling all too often. Like, you know, I get it at work too. Like, they're all like, yo, man, you barely talked today. You okay? And, you know, I work with these people all day. So, you know, they usually see me as this very, you know, upfront, you know, I wouldn't say cheery person, but someone that they can at least talk to.
Yeah.
So they're usually surprised when I say, "Oh, I'm actually introverted." And, you know, I usually actually don't talk all that much if I have nothing to say.
I mean, if you have any questions on how to like break out of that, or
oh no, I know how to break out of it. It's just that my introverted self doesn't want to. I don't want to get out of that shell. Like there's a meme of this thing in a cube where it says, "I should get out today." You know, the door opens and this fist comes out of nowhere and punches it. Never again. But yeah, I know I need to talk to more people. Mac, that is not an invitation. But I just know that I probably need to talk to more people and develop that relationship phase. But the thing is that as an introvert, we don't like the day-to-day talk. You know, like, oh, look at this, it's nice weather, or, you know, how's your day going? We don't like that.
Yeah.
We like conversations that get in, you know, sort of deep.
Yeah, as an introvert, there's like no real interest for those type of like questions, conversations. So it's like you might as well not even waste anyone's time.
Yeah, we're not really into those types of questions. We're like especially if you get in a conversation with an introvert with something that they like say my thing is Destiny, as most of you know. Yeah. If you talk to me about a build, lore, or, you know, this community person in that streams, or, you know, this video where they talk about this, I will talk your ear off like no one's business.
And that's exactly why the first thing I asked about was, how's Destiny going? You know, because I kind of like read the room most of the time, so I kind of know what to talk about.
Yeah, me and Quantum would happily talk to anybody if it's has to do with anything dealing with Destiny.
And you know what's the funny thing? I'm not even into Destiny like that. Like, I do like Destiny 2 way more than Destiny 1, but I never was really a fan of Destiny in general.
Which is fine. I mean, Destiny 1 and 2 all like it all has to do with what you want in a game. And obviously it's not going to appeal with everybody, because Destiny 2 and Destiny 1, Destiny 2, and Division 1 and Division 2 go into the category for me of a relationship game, where you literally have to be, you know, all right, I am interested. I now have to stick through to the very end of this to, you know, get the full effect. Like, you know, they're coming up on their 10-year saga of the Light and Dark.
Yeah.
So, you know, I'm in it for the long haul, and, you know, they're not going to stop with Destiny 2 at the Light and Dark saga. They're going to go beyond, as they've quoted themselves many a time. It's just
one thing I actually respect about the game is, like, you know, they have this whole like story, this fan base, this, you know, like, it's kind of like Lord of the Rings or Star Wars or Harry Potter, you know, like, people, you know, it's its own realm.
Yeah, I like the world that they created. Like, you can say what they want with, their story design or, their gameplay direction or what else, but their story itself is good.
Yeah.
Like, I will say this because so many people, like, no one in the community is going to get this, but I will say this just for future content of, people who may come in who may also be Destiny fans. Lightfall was a disappointment story-wise. That is all I'll say. Like, you can go to Bife and listen to what he had to say about it. And it's because he explains it quite well what they failed to deliver on in Lightfall, story-wise. So I'll just leave that right there and let you guys figure that out.
I mean, it's definitely like it left an imprint on me for someone who doesn't like really have an interest in Destiny. Like, I know who Commander Zavala is. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Oh, for those of you who don't know, we are recording this a week after it's happened. But Lance Reddick, the voice actor for Commander Zavala, passed away at 60 years old. And that was a sad moment for everybody in the Destiny community and to people even outside of the Destiny community. Like, Lance Reddick was a pretty famous dude. My heart goes out to the family and to his friends, but that's how life is, unfortunately.
Absolutely.
But yeah, that was a sad moment. Like, I don't know how they're gonna progress that character without him.
Yeah, like Princess Leia as well. Like, and it's the same feeling, bro. Like, that's why they kind of like made her character the way they did towards the end.
Yeah.
Dying,
But let's get away from Destiny 2 a little bit, because that's been heading way into that direction for a little too long. What games do you like to play, Chris? What games do you like to play?
Right now, like, I really have like a passion for Rocket League. I like to play Red Dead Redemption. I like to play anything Star Wars related. A lot of people don't like Lego Star Wars, but I actually do. I do get bored of it sometimes, but
I watch a streamer of mine. He played a Lego Star Wars, and that was a treat to watch him play it.
Yeah, the Skywalker sagas. It's missing some things from the original gameplays, like from the original Lego Star Wars, but like the stuff that you can do in the game is pretty darn cool. Like the whole space battles and flying and all that stuff, pretty cool. What else? I said anything Star Wars. I play Call of Duty. I've been playing Call of Duty since PS2, man. I'm not really into sports games too much, but I have played FIFA. What else? Yeah, man, right now I only have 500 gigabytes of memory, so I'm only playing Fortnite, Rocket League, and Grand Theft Auto. I play all of that too. But once I get an external hard drive, I'll be able to play like many different games. I play games like what's it called? What's that survival game where you're on an island? You're on an island and just like, it's kind of like Minecraft. Like, I play Minecraft too. I play The Forest. I don't know if
I mean, the only game that's coming to mind that you don't even start on an island in this one is Rift, where you start out on a piece of wood, basically. But that it's not ringing any bells. I'm probably sure that I'll put it somewhere up in the edit if you ever remember what the name is.
Yeah, it's not Subnautica. It's like, I could look it up right now. I'm on my Xbox. Stranded Deep.
That's what it's called?
Yeah. Let me show you real quick.
All right.
Yeah.
I like to play mostly shooting games as well. I like to I haven't really been big in Call of Duty since like my mid-20s. Like, you know, the game that got me into being a gamer, like, you know, away from my mom's stuff, like, you know, she had the NES, she had the GameCube and the N64, and, you know, us as kids played on those. But me getting my own console was the start of my friend Chris, which is a coincidence, but he invited me over to play at his friend's house, and we played Call of Duty, and it was MW2. So, and this is the OG MW2, not the remake, which is just as good, if not better.
Literally,
your face went away.
Yeah, there we go. Getting phone.
So, and, you know, I told him that, you know, hey, I've never played this game before. I've never seen these controls before. So, you know, I might suck. Within the span of 3 games, I got the control down. And, you know, I was owning 2 out of 3 of my friends. Higo is still the best out of all 4 of us who played on those late nights for Call of Duty. Those were the days of, you know, just playing with your friends. The games I play are you know, Call of Duty here and there. I'm a big Destiny 2 fan. I don't know if you guys know that yet, but
it's got the poster in the background. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, it's not like, you know, I loved Gambit when it first came out. It's not like I don't like the Night Stalker class or the Hunter class. But Titanfall 2, loved those games. I am so sad that that game came in between both Call of Duty and Battlefield. It would have done so well if it hadn't been in between both of those AAA titles.
Yeah.
Oh god, that was a nightmare for that company, which is why, you know, they turned to Apex Legends and, you know, started their Battle Royale, which just blew up. For those of you who don't know, Titanfall was started by
Respawn.
Yeah, by Respawn, who are people who walked away from what are they called? Activision.
Oh,
not Activision. Yeah, Activision. I think it was Activision. And they started their own thing, and you know, I always loved when Activision did one of their Call of Duty titles because the movement usually felt so good, and you know that translated really well in Titanfall 2. You know, you felt the momentum. You felt fast. And, you know, things happen fast, and then you died even faster.
You played Advanced Warfare? Or not Advanced Warfare, Infinite Warfare?
I did. I did not like it.
A lot of people say that, and it's just like, I really enjoyed the aliens, like the alien version of zombies.
I like it just didn't feel right to me. Like, these aren't the, you know, the same people who are still in Activision are not the same ones who did, you know, like the old MW2.
I'm mistaking 2 different games. Call of Duty Ghosts is the one with the aliens, and Infinite Warfare had zombies. Yeah,
Ghost and Advanced Warfare and Infinity were not my favorites.
What?
Yeah, MW2 and MW3 were my favorites.
I spent so much time on those games. Dude, there was this game mode on Advanced Warfare called Uplink, and it was like basketball in Call of Duty. I was like, what? I was killing it. And they took it out, actually. Like, if you play Advanced Warfare again, there's people obviously still playing online. but the game mode itself, uplink, is gone. It's just completely gone.
I'm guessing it wasn't really that popular then?
It's upsetting. I don't know why I like all the things that people don't.
I mean, everyone has their niche. Like, you know, I can accept that. But yeah, so you know, let's change up the topic a little bit. Like, you know, I'm gonna ask another question, and I've never asked this question before to anybody. What type of music do you like?
Bro, I listen to everything too. Like,
Good
I play
God,
everything.
no one's this interesting.
I listen to everything, bro. I listen to 80s music all day at work. I listen to house music. I listen to sometimes jazz, lo-fi, hip hop, rap. Like, I have music recorded too on SoundCloud, YouTube, Apple.
Like let me show you guys my Spotify account. Let me pop it open here. Let me minimize this. Open Spotify. All right. I have a few playlists. One's Hi-Fi Rush because that was actually an awesome game to look at. Full Metal Alchemist, FMA. World at War is my own playlist, mostly of Call of Duty. My work playlist, which is just a whole bunch of songs to get me, you know, ready for the work day because, you know, I can't have my cell phone at work.
Yeah.
I don't know why. Well, I do know why, because, you know, there's idiots in the world. The Adventure, which is, I haven't listened to all of it yet, but from what I listened to, it does sound pretty good. Riverdance, that was an old live TV program that me, my mom, and my sisters watched, and I loved the music for it. Pirates of the Caribbean, I love scores to movies and video games. Though, like, they're just awesome, especially if it just vibes with me. Like,
yeah,
you know,
I sometimes I listen to some like movie soundtracks, video game soundtracks, just because like you actually feel something from something. Like even the Halo theme song, dude. You're just like, oh, God, it's epic as fuck.
You want to know something funny? So I did an edit for my channel some time ago called Save New Lights. And the reason behind this edit for Saving New Lights is I had the Halo song stuck in my head, and I thought this would be perfect for this application. And in my head, man, this is gonna get copyrighted to hell and back. I uploaded my footage. I edited it down. And it went through like later on in the week it got copyrighted, but when the first checks came through, it check marked off. And I was like, oh my gosh, I'm not gonna copyright it. And then a week later I got copyrighted. It was hilarious.
They're like, yeah, you thought we forgot.
But yeah, for that video alone, the Saving New Lights, there was an issue within the game where new lights are new players. Like, you know, they haven't even touched their abilities or nothing. They're brand effing new. Like, Nwah! They don't know anything. And the first thing that happened with these new lights is that they would automatically be sent into Dares of Eternity, which is a 6-player activity. And in this activity, there's things like Unstoppable, Unbreakable, and Overload Champions, which are very tough enemies to, you know, somewhat skilled players even. Like, you know, some people will say, they're a laughing stock. They're not a laughing stock anymore. He left. Why did you leave? Why did you leave? This is sadness in its purest form. Absolute sadness. I bet you anything his phone died. His phone absolutely died. F's in the comments section below for this sad moment. Hold on. Start recording. Part 2! We got him back, boys!
I want to prop this phone up.
Like, let me... Like, literally, I told her I ended the recording as you left. My phone died. I called it!
That's why my face froze earlier, because I had the 10% warning. But I just completely forgot to set my charger up. Plus, I didn't want to like ruin the angle, because like the light from the TV was putting a decent amount of light on my face. But now it's just like, you know what I mean?
Oh yeah. But yeah, it's so these new light players, the players that got in would like one story I heard was that it took one group over an hour and a half to clear one room. A room, not the activity, a room.
Jesus.
Like, put it this way, the average player who knows how to deal with champions takes them at least a few seconds to deal with the champion.
Yeah.
Like, it was insane. So, you know, I gathered up a whole bunch of footage. Some, like, literally half of that footage I couldn't even use, so I had to go back in and record some other footage just to make up the difference. Because my PC was having issues that day. But man, that was a time. Like, I used to enjoy actually helping new players, especially in Borderlands 2 and in Division and Division 2. Those were the highlights of my life. Like, literally. And in both games, I would ask them the same question. Are you guys here for story, or are you here for a speed run through the story? And, you know, it was surprising. You know, some people were like, oh, we're here for story. Can you go slow for us? And, you know, and in both times, I'd be like, all right, I'll run my healer build. And, you know, they would love me for it. They were literally immortal. Because they couldn't die. And as soon as they hear the words, you know, oh, you're a healer. My gosh, you were their god.
They stay by you the whole time.
Oh, yeah. But yeah, it's a treat who you run into in video gaming sometimes. Other times, not so much. And, you know, sometimes are just questionable at best. But the community for games is just an interesting experience. Almost like the real world, some would say.
Yeah. Honestly, I've made better friends on video games than like most of the friends I've met in real life.
Honestly, so have I. And I think it's because we are like not to say, you know, friends in real life are any different from video game friends, but I think we make friends faster through video games. It's because we have something we share in common. You know, it's that game. Like, you know, maybe you'll find some other games that you're also, you know, a part of and that you like. But for real life friends, sometimes that takes a little bit longer to get through. Like, you know, video game companies know how to make friends.
Yeah.
Because, you know, they usually do, you know, storylines for, like, you know, Destiny 1, Destiny 2, Division 1, Division 2, and those types of games. Like, you know, it's different games throughout the years. And, you know, they're all like, oh, man, let's try this game out when it comes out. Like, you know, there's a game coming out that I want to try out called The Descendant. So here's another question for you. What are your other hobbies? Hobbies, not work. Keep that in mind.
Smoking weed.
Yeah, that everyone has their own personal, you know, thing. I like to breathe air.
I haven't been snowboarding in a long time, but I like snowboarding. I like going to the beach. What else? Like, usually when I'm smoking, I freestyle with friends. Like, we'll just put on some beats and we'll just start talking random bullshit. I'm like still figuring out most of my hobbies too, because I'm living somewhere new. I've been living here for a year, so I do like trying out new food. That's another one.
I mean, I don't have many hobbies myself, but my hobbies are usually pretty intensive as well. So, you know, my hobbies usually do keep me busy. Like, you know, I have video games for one. Listening to music, while some people may not call that a hobby, it's a hobby for me because I'm already in an adventure in my brain.
Yeah. The whole vibe.
Yeah.
You're focused on just the music.
Yeah, and you know, video editing is another hobby of mine. Like, you know, I love video editing, and I love streaming as well. So, you know, that's 4 right there, and all of them are pretty intensive. Like, you know, I can mix music in with the other 3, but having a hobby that you have a passion for is a nice thing, especially when it's away from your job.
Yeah, like literally, I come home. Sometimes I take a shower, but sometimes I just hop right on the game. Like, I'm ready to decompress. I'm ready to chill. Pull out the pipe, which is over there. I don't know if you saw it yet, but I've got a Yoda.
Nope, and I don't need it. So here's a funny story for you. So there is some music I actually don't like. It's Christmas music.
I actually like Christmas music to a certain extent.
I don't like it. Not anymore. Not after one winter at work.
Where they just played the same songs.
Oh, it's kind of like that. So here's the story. I'm working at Walmart, and HR delivered these CDs out of songs that they allowed, that they were allowed to play. Turns out there was only 3 songs.
Oh my god, dude.
That they approved of. Now imagine with me when you're in an 8-hour slog fest of work, listening to these 3 songs on repeat. You get kind of pissed. You are no longer enjoying this the atmosphere at work.
Will not get a Jolly Staygreen out of me.
But yeah, and the funny thing is that when I started working at FedEx, once peak season hit, the managers are allowed to bring their phones in, and they bring speakers in with them, so they blast music out to their to people who work on their belts.
Yeah.
I was on the 4/8 split, so I wasn't on an official belt, but I can hear music from all around. But I can hear the music from the belt 4 the most because it's right close to it. This dude, my manager, he didn't know that I despised music, but the first music song that he played was one of the songs that was on that repeat disc. I had such a violent reaction towards it. Like, I missed like 15 different bosses, and I just stared up in horror at the belt below me as I said, "No, I thought I was free."
God, no.
I even got on the walkie and I was like, "Why? Why do you have this song?" And he said, "It's the Christmas. We're in the Christmas spirit." And I was all like, "I am not in the Christmas spirit with this song."
Oh, God. 3 songs, dude.
3 songs, and it got even worse because the next year when it rolled around at Walmart, they updated it from 3 to 5. But yeah, I think we're done talking here because, you know, there's a whole bunch of silent pauses here.
Not bad, bro. It's just like...
Nah, man, it's all good. It's all good. I mean, we've been like usually these interviews, you know, these talks that I do with each department head usually lasts about, you know, anywhere from 30 minutes to an hour, and we're pretty on course.
Yeah. And it's like, what else would you like to know from me as like someone in the community, someone who is now, you know, stepping up, you know, has a position.
You know what? There's a question for you. You obviously wanted to be in this position, correct?
Yeah, I mean, I did it. I got it by just being who I am in the community, you know? I didn't try. I was like, hey, Matt, can I please, you know, can I do some stuff? And, you know, you keep your eye on me, see how I'm doing, or whatever. It was more like, Staygreen, I want you to be here. And I'm like, I don't know if I'm ready yet. And it's just like, I was doing what I enjoy doing regularly, like saying hello in the Discord. That's not too much effort. Like saying good morning, liking, commenting, sharing. That's literally like no effort needed there. So it's like I enjoy doing these things. It just came naturally, and you know, Mac was just like, "Yo, you just got to do it. You just gotta be in this position." Because that same day that I started out in this position, I brought 2 people in. Well, I was gonna bring in 2, but one of them is still like iffy. He's kind of like antisocial, introverted like yourself.
Ah, one of them.
Reach out to him. I don't know. You know.
I mean, if you get two introverted people together, it sometimes goes well, sometimes it does not. Like, you know, it's a flip of a coin. Depends on the subject being discussed.
Yeah. No, but he's pretty, like, he's an analytical person. He's like, I think you would have a good conversation with him.
Probably. But, I mean, yeah, like the thing about the department head's position is that I hold this up with pride. I am the only person I've ever told Mac no to when asked a position of a department head.
Yeah.
And I hold that with pride because when he asked that question, he was genuinely shocked.
Yeah, it's like I've never said no. But I know, like, there's moments where I wasn't ready for that type of responsibility. I felt like I wouldn't be able to fulfill, but it's just like, at this point, it's natural. Like, you know, I wasn't here for a very long time. I was in here in the beginning, but I didn't even have a name change. But now I'm back, and it's just like, I'm doing what I already like to do naturally, so...
Yeah, I mean, I already had the name change, and I already stepped up in the community a little bit by being a mod for a little bit. But when Mac asked me, because he saw what I did, because for those of you who don't know, back on my old PC, it was there's a setting within iMovie where you can make trailers.
Yeah.
Like, you know, that like you have for movie trailers that you get on commercials and all that. Mm-hmm. You can make a trailer of your own within iMovie, and then you can, you know, make your own thing, basically.
Yeah.
And I am a Nitro subscriber to Discord, which means you can upload a bigger file size. So once you... And I uploaded 2 theater trailers that I just did for fun, you know. And then within like, I don't know, I think it was like in the same day, you know, Mac hit me up and was all like, "Yo, you want to be our video editor?" I was straight up, I just said no. he was like, "What?" But yeah, I think we're done here. I think we're officially done with the conversations.
No worries.
Like, you know, this is also the first time I really had a chat with Chris as well. to those of you watching, me and him have never really chatted before this. Like, you know, except for the times where I tried to get him to do a meeting with me and that one fell through, which was hilarious on both of our parts because both of us forgot.
Yeah.
So, you know, we had to reschedule and then things happened and then we rescheduled then and then eventually this video came out.
Finally, right?
But, what I found interesting that, you know, me and Mac got to chatting and, you know, he said that me and Chris would probably vibe really well because we have both similar outlooks on certain things. So, you know, I was pretty happy with this conversation that we had. So thank you, Chris, for this conversation for us and for the YouTube community and for our own community here at LGN as well.
Yeah, man, don't be a stranger. You know, you see me online.
Oh, you know I'm always going to be a stranger because I'm rarely on these days.
I'm telling you not to be.
Too late. I mean, Mac keeps on crying out my name every now and again these days because of how silent I've been.
I'm actually waiting to play with Mac. We're supposed to play some GTA today.
Mac, get online. You heard him.
For real. You know?
That's going to be in the video right there.
I'm waiting on it.
So, for some news for you guys, technically I usually do this before the start of the stream or start of the video. Some news for you guys. The Destiny 2 YouTube edit that I was gonna do for LGN because, you know, it had me, Quantum, and Mac inside of it with Quantum's friend Wood. I have decided to transfer that over to my own YouTube channel and take it down from LGN because of the lack of interaction with those videos. So it's not going away, it's just being transferred to another channel. So that's my view on it. It's going to my channel for, you know, that way I can take my time with it. That way I don't feel rushed. Because whenever I'm doing something for the LGN channel, I need to get it out as soon as I can. And with something with that size, I need my time. You know, and if you guys want to see Destiny 2 content, hit me and Quantum up. I beg you. We will love you to death. We're gonna wrap up this video that's gone on for way too long now.
Yeah, bro. We have more time in the future for more conversation.
Oh yeah, for when, you know, I'm not exhausted on one of my days off. But yeah, this has been Ryker Eve and Chris Staygreen telling you to have a good day and a good night. God, it's the profit, bitch.